In the ever-evolving landscape of technology, one of the most pressing ethical dilemmas that society faces is the constant tug-of-war between innovation and privacy. As we embrace new technologies that promise convenience, efficiency, and progress, we often find ourselves in a moral quandary. How much of our privacy are we willing to sacrifice for the sake of technological advancement, and where do we draw the line? To fully appreciate the depth of this dilemma, we need to understand the interplay between innovation and privacy.
Before we dive in, if you find this content valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. It truly helps us grow. Now, let's get started.
Technological advancements, driven by the relentless pursuit of innovation, have transformed the way we live, work, and communicate. These innovations range from smartphones that connect us to the world in an instant to artificial intelligence systems that can predict our behavior. However, many of these breakthroughs come at the cost of privacy. One of the key facets of this ethical dilemma is surveillance. As technology advances, governments and corporations have the capacity to collect, store, and analyze unprecedented amounts of data about individuals. While this can be used for legitimate purposes like national security and public safety, it also raises significant concerns about privacy violations. The constant monitoring of our online and offline activities can feel invasive, and many individuals question whether such measures are necessary for the sake of innovation. A prime example of this dilemma is the proliferation of smart devices. Smartphones, smart TVs, smart home systems, all of these are equipped with microphones and cameras that can potentially be exploited for surveillance. The promise of convenience and connectivity comes with the trade-off of potentially sacrificing our privacy. As we use these devices, we become increasingly susceptible to data breaches, hacking, and unauthorized access. Moreover, the collection of personal data by tech giants has raised numerous ethical concerns. Companies like Google and Facebook have amassed vast troves of data on their users, often without explicit consent. This data can be used to create highly targeted advertisements, but it can also be abused by malicious actors or even the companies themselves. The Cambridge Analytica scandal is a stark reminder of how privacy can be compromised in the name of innovation. The dilemma is further compounded by the rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning. These technologies hold enormous potential for solving complex problems and making our lives more efficient. However, they require massive datasets to function effectively. To train AI models, vast amounts of data must be collected, which can often include personal information. This raises the question, how much of our personal data are we willing to provide for the sake of innovation, and who has control over that data? Facial recognition technology is a pertinent example of this ethical tug-of-war. It promises enhanced security and convenience but has been widely criticized for its potential to be used for mass surveillance and tracking individuals without their knowledge or consent. The Chinese government's use of facial recognition to monitor its citizens is a vivid illustration of this ethical quandary. Another dimension of the innovation versus privacy debate is the trade-off between individual liberties and collective security. In the pursuit of safety and security, governments often advocate for enhanced surveillance measures, such as the bulk collection of metadata or the weakening of encryption. The question becomes whether these measures are justified in the name of public safety, or whether they infringe upon the privacy rights of citizens. In the United States, the tension between the need for surveillance and individual privacy has been evident in the battle between Apple and the FBI over access to encrypted iPhones. Apple's stance on protecting user data, even from government agencies, exemplifies the company's commitment to privacy. On the other hand, law enforcement argues that such privacy measures can hinder criminal investigations and threaten national security. The legal framework surrounding these issues is still evolving. Many countries have introduced data protection regulations like the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in the European Union, which grants individuals more control over their personal data. However, the effectiveness of such regulations is a subject of debate, and many tech companies have faced accusations of non-compliance. Ethical dilemmas in technology also extend to the healthcare sector. Innovations like electronic health records and wearable devices can greatly improve healthcare delivery. However, they also raise concerns about the privacy and security of sensitive medical information. The exposure of personal health data can be not only embarrassing but also harmful, as it may lead to discrimination or exploitation. As we navigate this ethical minefield, it's essential to consider the potential consequences of sacrificing privacy for innovation. The Cambridge Analytica scandal, for instance, demonstrated how personal data could be weaponized to manipulate public opinion. Likewise, the proliferation of deepfake technology, driven by AI, raises the specter of misinformation and the erosion of trust in what we see and hear. To address these dilemmas, we must strive for a balance between innovation and privacy. Technological progress is vital for society, but it should not come at the cost of individual freedoms. Here are some key considerations. 1. Informed consent. Informed consent is not only an ethical imperative but a fundamental right that individuals should possess in the digital age. People should be empowered to understand precisely what data is being collected about them and why it is being collected. This transparency is the foundation upon which trust is built between technology providers and users. It ensures that individuals are active participants in the data collection process, not unwitting subjects. Moreover, informed consent should extend beyond just the initial data collection. Individuals should have ongoing control over how their data is used and shared, allowing them to make informed decisions about their digital footprint and personal information. 2. Transparency. Transparency is the linchpin of a trustworthy and accountable digital environment. Companies and governments must not only be forthcoming about their data collection and surveillance practices but also make this information accessible and comprehensible to the general public. By doing so, they demystify the often complex and opaque world of data usage. Transparency fosters a sense of responsibility, obliging organizations to act ethically and be mindful of their actions. This openness empowers individuals to make informed decisions about their digital engagement and holds institutions accountable for any misuse or overreach. Ultimately, it is the bridge to establishing trust in the digital age, a trust that is essential for a harmonious coexistence between innovation and privacy. 3. Data minimization. Data minimization serves as a safeguard for privacy in an increasingly data-centric world. It advocates for the conscientious and limited collection of data, ensuring that organizations gather only what is essential to fulfill a clearly defined purpose. This practice not only reduces the potential risks associated with data breaches and unauthorized access but also respects the autonomy and privacy of individuals. By discouraging the collection of excessive and irrelevant information, we strike a balance between the need for innovation and the protection of personal data. It's a reminder that with great data comes great responsibility, and by adhering to the principle of data minimization, we emphasize the importance of respecting individual boundaries in the digital age. 4. Strong data protection laws. Strong data protection laws are essential for preserving individual privacy in a digital age. Governments must not only create but also enforce stringent regulations, akin to the GDPR, to safeguard personal data. These laws not only protect citizens but also ensure accountability for organizations in the event of data breaches and misuse. 5. Ethical AI. Ethical AI is a moral imperative in technology development. Developers should prioritize privacy and other ethical considerations in AI design and deployment. By doing so, we ensure that these powerful systems respect individual rights and values while fostering innovation that benefits society responsibly. 6. Public debate and education. Public debate and education are the pillars of a conscious digital society. Engaging in open discussions about the balance between innovation and privacy equips individuals with the knowledge to make informed choices. Education, meanwhile, empowers them to comprehend the implications of their decisions and the policies governing their digital lives. In conclusion, the ethical dilemma of innovation versus privacy is an ever-present challenge in our rapidly advancing technological world. As we embrace new technologies, we must continually evaluate the balance between progress and personal freedoms. Striking this balance is crucial to ensuring that technology serves humanity rather than eroding the very principles and values we hold dear. Society should remain vigilant, engaged, and proactive in shaping the ethical framework that guides technological innovation in the years to come.